What's up, spooky party people? I'm Markmus Prime, and we're back with Paranormasight, The Seven Mysteries of Honjo. Kinchinbori Park, Part 2. Summary of the events. Shogo Okie is with Yoko Fukunaga at Kinchinbori Park, searching for one of the seven mysteries of Honjo. His interest in the occult starts to grow as he learns more about it from Yoko. So at this part of the story, do we restart or resume? Like, how do we... Because, mainly, I don't know how to get here. There's a mystery to figure out. If we resume, do we go down here again? Where we just kill a bunch of people with our curse? Let's try resume. Why not? How is this right related to the mysteries? Oh, wait. I didn't read the third question. I just picked. That's probably stupid. That's probably really dumb. Oh, you're sharp. I could cut my finger on you. To tell the truth, it's actually the other way around. What do you mean? Well, I started off searching for the rite of resurrection. But along the way, I realized that I needed to investigate the seven mysteries of Honjo first. Okay, remember this. I remember this. We know these. Hold on, let's go back to the story chart. So wait, oh, we asked these questions last time, I think. Wait, you're kidding, right? I mean, just now. It sounded like you were saying that only people with spirit sense can see you. Oh, wait, I remember that. Who's that? Oh, I remember who that is. I meant what I said about your spirit sense being strong. I bet you could down a whole... Oh, right. This is the whole thing about drinking equals spirit sense. From the very first stream. Are you saying you can actually see paranormal stuff? Sure. I can handle a solid Moscow Mule. She's never had a Moscow Mule. Why are you measuring this in terms of cocktails? Not a believer, huh? Well, that's no matter. She's cute. She's really cute. I'm okay with, like, zooming in on her face. But you have to have seen some weird stuff over the years, right? Weird stuff? Yeah, like... things you could see but could never understand. You can't be serious. Recall. I've gotten most of my memory back, but I still feel a bit out of it. Okay, this is the same. Oh, I thought there was one for the park. Oh, not that part. So, we're trying to recall instead of think. Oh, by the way, we were talking about the rite of resurrection. Oh, your memory is as strong as your tolerance. I'm going to start calling you Martini Man Shogo. I'm really climbing up the drinks menu, huh? So you know about it, huh? The rite of resurrection? A magazine ran a feature on it recently that got practically everyone talking about it. Really? Maybe that's where I heard about it. No, because we've been past this point. We know. Still, I don't know. It seems a little too far-fetched to be true. So, the rite of resurrection. It's a forbidden art of bringing the dead back to life, concocted by a famous Onmyoji from an ancient age. I don't know what an Onmyoji is. Still, I didn't even look it up. I should have. Rumor has it an old manuscript containing actual concrete details about the rite of resurrection was discovered. This rumor comes from a presentation given by a local historian, Hideki Oraishi, at an academic conference. You know, you sure know a lot about this stuff. That's because I'm secretly a huge occult buff. Kinda got that. Oh. The look. She felt shaded. Or she throwing shade. I don't know how that works. But if a researcher spoke about it at an academic conference, it must have some basis, in fact. Exactly. That's why I believe the rite of resurrection is real. It is real. We are doing it right now. Now I'm starting to believe too. Good, the pursuit of the unknown starts with belief. I got that from Professor Araishi himself. Okay. We have a lot of files. And if she's got guts, so she's just used to it. Unless no, it can't be. Wait. She's gone through it. How do we stop her from dying? We've gone through this conversation. She hasn't had a Moscow Mule. Even though she says she can handle one. She assumes she can. Wait, is this different? Oh, no, it's not. There's like 9 to 15, possibly. 7 to 15, because it says the 7 mysteries, but a lot of them are just folk tales. And then there's the whole thing about ghosts, but yeah, we know they're ghost stories, because we get a cursed ghost that hangs out with us. And last time I said that looks like Ishin. Yeah, we know she's looking for that. We've gone through this part as well. It's a hot new trend among the occult people. People that like occult things, not occult people. I guess they kind of would be occult people. Although, would that just be cryptids? Would an occult person be a cryptid? Like a person that is a creature that's unidentifiable and part of the occult? Whoa. What the hell? It feels like they're just changed. Okay, okay. This might be the thing. This is when she dies. Stay with me. Keep yelling her name. Yeah, there it is. Is calling her name really going to help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. She can hear it. Oh God. The dude under the bridge. Is he who killed her? She saw something and she can't hear us. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Or is it a different curse bearer? She's screaming. She's screaming. We did it, I think. Or does she still die? Shogo cries Yoko's name in a desperate attempt to wake her as she lies. Unmoving on the ground, will his pleas get through to her? So is this a different curse bearer? Was there a different curse bearer there? I mean, I feel like it's the guy under the bridge because he only had a 1%. That means he didn't kill a curse bearer. He just killed someone randomly. And Yoko's the only other person we know that died that night, and she couldn't hear us. And for that guy, if he could only hear, if like his curse was based on hearing and we just turn off the voices, because that's what we had to do last time we played. Voice volume was down. And is that how we got Yoko to stay alive? Oh, good. Didn't he say something about no one was there to save us? Oh, good, you're awake. Are you okay? You were so rattled and confused. I thought you'd really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Are your humors off balance? Wait, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Oh, right. That might have been it. My humors were off balance. What back there? You ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah. I've heard that at this age, your humors being even a little bit off can be fatal. The humors are weird. A very weird part of the whole entire physical body medicine thing. I look it up because it was basically that there were 4 humors and it's just liquid in your body. And it's like a red liquid, a yellow liquid, a black liquid, and I think like a green liquid or something. So if they were off balance, that means you had too much of something. So if you peed in your blood, which nowadays we probably assume you have a kidney problem. Because like, I mean, I don't know if you know this. If you don't know this, in boxing, if you punch them in the kidneys too many times, they start pissing blood. But back in like medieval times, or the times when the humors was the main science for medicine, they assumed you had too much blood, so they stuck leashes on you because you had too much blood. You had too much red and not enough yellow. So they needed to bleed you. So they stuck leeches on you, and that's why leeches were a thing. It was part of the whole humors thing. Because you had too much blood, like if you coughed blood, you had too much blood in you. So they needed to stop the red stuff. So they know that if they stuck leeches on you, they took out some of the red. Fucking weird. But also, they didn't know better. They had no idea. That was before anyone was cut open and they saw what a stomach was on a human. I guess they thought we were just big sacks of liquid. Actually, they probably have cut a bunch of people open. Not on purpose. But not for science purpose, for battle purpose, and the fact that they're using swords. But yeah, nice tangent there. Back to our regularly scheduled spooky game. I'm glad you're back to normal. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. But I really don't remember what happened. Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow. Do we still find the stone? What? Are you backing out? Yeah, it just doesn't feel safe to me, and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. Come on. I just started feeling back to normal, too. Nope, not gonna happen. Go home. I'll even pay your cab fare, alright? He said okay, but alright feels more natural. I ended up having to force a still protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. So to placate her, I promised I'd search the park on my own for a little while longer. So this is interesting. This is how the rite of resurrection works. Yoko lives. We didn't get the curse stone. We changed time, so there's a timeline where she dies. And this is a timeline where she doesn't. And now she's lived, gone home, and we're searching the park. We found the curse stone last time after she died, so maybe we still find the curse stone. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off their investigation into the mysteries of the night. Despite her stubborn objections, he manages to persuade her by offering to continue the search on his own. Shogo Okie, 5 a.m. Is the storyteller coming back? That's the storyteller's music. So we searched until 5 a.m. In further news. Oh, did we die? We died. Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in a Sumida City park. The man was taken to the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. Oh, investigations are still underway, but police suspect a connection to the other unexplained deaths found in the area at around the same time. So we took her place. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been a great stream. No way. Is that the full end of this game? There's so many other characters that we never ever met. So I doubt that's the full end. That'd be hilarious if this is the full ending. Or is this like the opening credits? I'm waiting. There you are. Well done in your efforts thus far. This brings Shogo Okie's story to a close. But this is not the end, far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The routes of the three protagonists have now been unlocked. Harue Shigima. She's the girl in the park. She lost her son. He was kidnapped and murdered. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, the chief inspector of the 1st Investigative Division, who was looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. Yako Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to bring her friend back from the dead, a girl who died in a suspicious suicide. This is cool. So Shogo isn't the actual protagonist, but his story ends with Yoko being alive and him dying. I wish like both of them could stay alive, but I'm glad that between the two of them, Yoko is the one that lives. Each of them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the rite of ritual, resurrection. Following these three storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. So Shogo's really dead. He's dead. Wow. So Shogo just dies. He dies or he lives and then resurrects her and then dies. Does he come back at all? Okay, so these two start off around the same time. I'm guessing that's why, like, there's a gap here. She meets the detective, because we know this guy's a detective, and learns about her son being murdered. And so she looks for the rite of resurrection, or maybe she learns from him about the rite of resurrection. Either way, we did run into all three of them. I'm surprised it's Tetsuo and not his partner, kissy face dude. There's a huge gap of time here too. I'm curious if there's a way to branch there, or this is just it. He goes back, searches the park, and dies. How does Yoko feel about him dying for, like, that night, searching for stuff? I guess we can go... Tetsuo. Maybe. She's next in line, though. I'm very curious about what happens to her. Tetsuo also. And Yako has a very interesting story. Wow. We'll start off with Harue. Harue Shigima. When the son of Harue Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. Even the police in Japan are fucking up. 1 year later, it's been a year. Harue has hired a private investigator, this guy, to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. Is that how she gets her curse stone? May those who mock fire perish in flame. Kill them. Kill them. The flame bearers, kill them all. You've acquired the power of the curse stone, the haunting clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire-starting device on their person. We know that. Remember that because we had the lighter. Oh, was this not in the 7 mysteries? No, it was, wasn't it? Okay. If I was updated. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now, kill. Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who strongly desire the right, kill them. We're apparently gonna kill them. They're gonna die. Death is on the door. Step. Schema Mansion reception room. Oh, so she's rich as hell. Which makes sense because that's probably why they kidnapped her son for ransom. Back with me, ma'am? Richter was his name. Sup, Richter? Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Damn, she looks evil. Like, just kind of evil. Sweet dreams? She's having evil thoughts. Killing people's. No. Not dreams. Visions! Sounds like something I might want to hear about. Tell me. I think. My heart's still racing. This is it, my chance at long last. Okay. Richter Kai, a private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Oda City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like a reliable sort. Alright, so he's reliable detective man. Got it. Okay. That's so interesting. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about? Well, where to start? Interesting. Very interesting. So the haunting clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere, told you how to perform the rite of resurrection, and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right? That's right. So it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe, but I guess I have to now. I saw that curse stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear... Oh. With evidence that clear... I don't know why I read like that. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. I spaced out there a second myself. Is this a curse stone? No, it's a cork. I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence. It isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, clear as day. You just knew, huh? It etched onto my soul, along with the curse echo's resentful memories. So I can feel it. What it was like. The fire! Dying like they did. hundreds of years ago, wreathed in fire, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. Is she a masochist? All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. Chick's weird. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do. Just as long as they're carrying fire. It's a good thing I don't smoke. I see. That could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you, I'm sure you would see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment. Remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. Were you thinking about what he said? We saw Bloodlust. Start social up. A fax machine. It can send images to other places. Yeah, we know how the fax machine works. Actually, I don't know if everyone out there does. But fax machine, F-A-X. Actually, a facsimile machine, because it makes a facsimile of what you put through it that it scans on the other end at another facsimile machine, and basically prints out a facsimile of what you put in. So that's why it's a fax machine, tied through phone lines. But those don't really exist anymore because we have email. There's email and print. I guess that's the new way of faxes. I don't really know how it works. Most classes don't have one. I rarely find a use for it. Not a lot of people had a use for it. Especially as soon as email came out. And you can just email documents. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm thinking. For stereo. Stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one even though he isn't one to listen to music often. He just wanted the cool technology. What is that? Well, I'll be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before. Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. I knew it. It said Honjo from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you've never heard of the Mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. Oh, I see that. That's like the old, Japanese motorcycle gangs. I don't know if they're old. I think they might still be around because you can see the muffler here and the exhausts. This is something they used to do, or still probably do. I think they still have a big rockabilly culture where they have huge, crazy expansions on their motorcycles and sometimes their cars, and they all wear leather jackets, and they're basically biker gangs, but not the way we have them in America. They just really love hanging out, riding motorcycles, and living rockabilly life with pompadours and everything. Oh, I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is, nobody knows who made them. They just start showing up around town, and soon enough, they'd won everybody's hearts. Story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. To think one would turn up here of all places is a good sign. I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. Okay, interesting. Mockingbirds. These popular little bird mascots seem to pop up everywhere. So actually, we do have a bunch of them. Approach the net. There we go. See that pompadour? That's cool. But they quickly became popular for their surreal yet oddly cute designs. Be in the right place at the right time in Honjo, and you might be able to find all 20 of them scattered around. Legend has it, collecting them all will bring good luck. So this is an interesting little collecting game in PARANORMASIGHT. Wait. Color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, there's no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. Why don't you watch your TV? An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. An arrangement of flowers. We're bringing someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Rich people life, right? She doesn't know anything about her life or anything around her, but she lives with it all the time. That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigema. Oh, yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of what you let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone, and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. As you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. I remember. You were just about to tell me. She has, like, evil intention eyes. Kinda dig it. I don't know what that says about me. Kinda dig it. She has something else on her mind. You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found, and then we can make a decision. Alright. You know, okay, wait. Nope, we did that one. God, my heart. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprits all back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River, here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area. That's right. That's the widest I think we've seen her eyes. In the end, they've never managed to nail down exactly where the calls come from. But it almost certainly the same location that Shuichi has been held captive. Since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls, Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely he was abducted by car on his route home. Maybe, but... Exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He would never have gotten into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was very firm about that. I know he understood too. I even saw him warning the other children. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there is there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So, did they target him at some other time? Or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of these seems a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must have just gotten lucky. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? Okay. These aren't checked off. 'Cause, Oh, wait, that's actually new. Is if they were somebody that he would have had a reason to trust. Teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. But all students Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly. They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew? Or rather, what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigima family had close ties with the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them. You might be right. But surely, that couldn't have... Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point after all. They're meant to be visible deterrent against crime. Okay. Well, but here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. I am the one who knocks. Besides, Shuichi was sort of the boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into the car? He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children. You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then he might have something here. We might have something here. Then you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. I thought you would think she would, recognize the boy. So the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent the day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one man thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say for sure yet. It turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private. Private. Privates. Several hours earlier. Alright, this should do. There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? Janochi. Got it. Well, Janochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page, you're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigima's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Of course. What else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. You'll excuse me if I'm caught a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who's trying to kill you? A student called Michio Shiraishi. Interesting. Schoolgirl, huh? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. The girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigima. Come again? I saw her talk to him on the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she's She's got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can let her get to me? You can't let her get to me? You can let her come at me. I'm down for this fight. Also, yeah. I mean, I don't want to fight schoolgirls, but if one was trying to kill me, I think I could take a schoolgirl in a fight. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life. So you've been sitting on this all this time, and you think she's coming for you now that you've spilled the beans. Yes, that's it. Exactly. I'm begging you. Don't let her get me. Arrest her, I'm telling you. She's a demon. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying, but it just don't add up. How could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? That's what I want to know. What she got on you? She has to have more on you than your life. You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. This is that girl's friend. She got the curse stone from her friend. And then she was looking to resurrect her in the resurrection. We killed the fuck out of that girl, too. Curse you? I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. It's true, her house, forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. Find someone else to help me. Where? Okay. How these are all tied together is very interesting. Wait a minute. Wait. Is that really... Oh, wait. Persons of interest. Oh, I should have done her story first, because her story doesn't appear here. Or her name. Because it is definitely not the friend. Unless it is the friend. I don't know when her friend got the stone. We'll find out. And that's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. At the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. Then, if we can just find that girl, curse or no curse, if she was Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Junochi. He's a teacher at Komogata High School here in Sumida. A teacher? Then this schoolgirl is one of the students? I think that's very likely. I think he has been naughty. At last, we've got a lead. Hopefully, it'll be the breakthrough. Hopefully, I will break through the wall for you. Hopefully, it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. Okay. Nope, that's still the same. The resurrection, huh? I heard about that in an occult magazine the other day. Apparently, some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say that the writer can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me about it. It felt like my prayers had been heard. Like I had hope, real hope, for the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered. What if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid that ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. Well, you get the chance if you kill everybody. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. It wasn't her fault, that's for sure. But if the resurrection works the way I think it does, which it seems it does because Shogo brought back Yoko and now he's gone, and that's the only consequence of the action. I'm guessing as soon as he completes the rite of resurrection, kills everybody with the curse, goes back in time, she will make sure that her son stays alive. But what consequences happen to her? Does she die somehow? Because there's always a price for this kind of stuff, right? That's how curses work. You don't like kill a bunch of people, come back, and then like, all right, you're all good. Otherwise, no one would die of mysterious circumstances in this area. Because like everyone would get a chance to kill everybody. But then again, I guess that's why Shogo's dead. He stayed around the area instead of going home, which he probably should have done and lived happily ever after. Would he have? Or would something else get him? That's kind of weird. It's interesting. I like it. Not that people are dying, but the whole story. It's a brain-scratching mystery. You can't blame yourself, ma'am. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Though, I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're after the right. Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. Also, you said it would be your prayers were answered. I don't know why you're shocked. I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but. And I can't lie. All the other brothers can't deny. If this is it's the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Is that a problem? If it comes to that, then I'm afraid I'll have to stop you. Oh, that's a shame. Shame, huh? That's all? I thought if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? Not if it brings back my son. I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this. That's so? Is it? Dear, oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? If it makes you feel uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. I'll pay you. How much can I give you to change your mind? Sorry, ma'am. Not everyone has a price. I've got my policies and I stick to them. I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they've filled it with soldier eggs? Oh, that's why she wouldn't kill us. That's why he was there. Cool. Very cool. Good way to do this. If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later. Well then, I suppose we have a deal. Although, oh wait, we did kill him. We did die several times. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warn you now. My. That makes so much sense. Well, we just went over that. She just told you what she wants you to do. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse stone of yours? The Haunting Clappers, was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. Of course it is. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come after you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. That sounds sensible. If I remember, your haunted clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. Seems like a good curse to have. Simple and straightforward enough to use. Although, it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? The target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters too. Just slip one into your target's pocket and say that condition were already fulfilled before they even knew you were there. They wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone. I could, and they'd have to do what I said. Threats could work, although without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use that curse, then back out at the last second. At the last second? What an interesting idea. I have a lighter here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. Oh, I see. You're an odd one, ma'am. If you don't mind me saying. And I don't think it's just a curse. She is kind of odd. Look on her face. She likes being called odd. She liked that. First of all, I think you should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Right then. Have you decided what you want me to work on? I'm gonna go with help with the right. Bringing my son back is more important. I want you to help me with the rite of resurrection. Rite of ritual. The ritual of rituals. The ritual of the rite. The rite of resurrection. I don't know why I can't get that right. Gosh. Roger that. The rite it is. Odds are good that the others curse bearers are also working by night. Wait. Odds are good that the others curse bearers are also working by night. Okay, that wasn't just me. That S doesn't need to be there. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Ms. Shiraishi as part of the bargain. Thank you. That's more than enough. Alright, so we got that. I never looked at the guest table. The guest table. I don't know where the father got this old thing, but I've never liked it. Okay. Anything else? This chair? This chair. The window. The sticker again? I didn't mean to click that. Okay, think. Do we move? Well, let's say this first, in case. I don't know why I have 2 slots. I feel like I should be able to move on to another chapter in the story. We've known about that. Oh, the lights. The chandelier is the only thing in here that's my choice. It's my favorite part of the room. The swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. It feels livelier than usual with Victor here. Usually it's just me. Okay. Nothing else in this room. Nothing else. Nothing. Now what? Oh, rotary phone. Telephone. This mansion has a private line. So that calls throughout the house. Anything on the floor? What is happening? Are we just staring at each other? Now then. Oh, I had to look at everything in the room first. Why are there so many things in this room? I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find out anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout. All right. There's no telling what kinds of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. And try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, if that's all, I should be going. Farewell, ma'am. Okay. That may be all I have time. Well, that is all I have time for today. We're going to continue with... Oh, I can actually see her name. Yako Sakazaki. I think she's... what's her name? It's not here. But yeah. Yako Sakazaki. I think that's the friend of... the guy Jinochi is... The girl that Jinochi is scared of. And I think that's how she got her curse stone. But I like this game a lot. This is a very interesting game. I will continue this as much as possible. I'm gonna probably do a lot more, like a lot less edited videos of this. Almost like just streams. It's almost like just like basically like a stream. Just, but you know, not that long. It's a very interesting game. And if you want to play through it on your own, the link's in the description. But with that, remember the world's chaos, so go out and be magnanimous. I'll see you all next time. Later!